Hi guys, I just wanted to say hi because I haven't done a video for a while and there's been loads of stuff going on, and I just decided that I would share some of that with you, all exciting stuff. So I don't know if you would have seen it, but a few weeks ago I was actually published in the Sunday Express talking about my mum's illness, and that's really exciting for me, not because I have ever particularly aspired to be in magazines or anything like that, but because I'm sharing the story of my mum and my mum's illness, and I just think that's so important. I think it's so important for people to know and to understand about Alzheimer's and the experience that she had. And then yesterday, Alzheimer's Research started sharing my story also, and it seems that I'm also going to be in another magazine in a few weeks in August, quite a well-known magazine. So news is spreading, people are starting to talk about it, and that means that I'm doing my job. Not that that's really my job, but I really felt after my mum died that I just wanted to do something with that experience. I wanted that experience to be for something in a different way to when my dad died. Like, I just wanted people to understand more about Alzheimer's and what that looks like and what that experience was like, and for people to have a greater understanding of that illness in general, because I think it's a really misunderstood illness. I certainly never thought that my mum would get ill at such a young age. I never thought, to be fair, I never thought I'd be 35 without any parents. So, you know, life throws curveballs at you. But I never expected my mum to get ill at such a young age, and certainly not to something like Alzheimer's. And I wouldn't be surprised if I'm not the only person to experience that with that sort of illness, because I think Alzheimer's is seen as an elderly person's disease, and actually more and more young people are getting it, and I'm curious to understand why that is. I don't know if, like, maybe it's to do with our lifestyles now or what, but it seems to be becoming more common, and so I just felt it was important. I felt it was my duty, because I am, I guess, stronger than I sometimes give myself credit for. I felt it was important to take my story and to share it with others, even though that was really hard. Like, doing the Sunday Express article the day that it came out, like, I was in tears for quite a lot of the day, because it's scary talking about things that are personal to you. It's scary to share yourself in that way, to be so very exposed, and I was so worried about how my family would perceive it, how my friends would perceive it, and, you know, ultimately it was my experience and it was from the heart and it was the truth, but I would never want to hurt anyone or you know, upset anyone's lives in the process of me doing what I feel is the right thing, because that would be out of alignment of what I'm trying to achieve. Trying to kind of make the world better, not create pain for people. So that was really scary for me, to see my words written in a magazine and see my face in a magazine and read my story from a perspective of it not being mine, from the perspective of, like, if it was somebody else's story. And I have to say, it gave me a much greater empathy and a much greater level of compassion for myself and for the journey that I've been on, and the experiences that I've had. I do have a tendency to be very like, right, just, you know, get on with things, you know, no point sitting around crying, just, you know, get on. And I don't always give myself enough compassion and enough sympathy. You know, I remember someone saying to me once, do you not feel sorry for yourself? not sorry for yourself in the sense of poor me, but do you not feel sympathy for yourself? And I felt that was really wasted. I felt like that was really pointless. Like, what's the benefit in me feeling sorry for myself or feeling sympathy for myself? Like, it's not going to change anything. But actually, that is really important. It is really, really important to acknowledge the journey that we go through when we go through challenges, acknowledge how far we come, acknowledge the low points, acknowledge ourselves for surviving them, acknowledge the things that we learn about ourselves and the growth that happens in those really testing things. And I think maybe we don't do that enough. Maybe we don't appreciate ourselves enough. We don't acknowledge and give ourselves the sympathy and the compassion that we need. We're quick to give it to others, but yet that doesn't really seem to extend to ourselves. And I think that compassion and that sympathy and that ability to really care for ourselves as if we're a friend, I think that's a sign of really solid self-worth and self-esteem, because it's actually like saying, I'm valuable and I'm hurting, and I need to comfort myself because I'm in pain, and it's okay to be in pain, and it's safe to be in pain, and I need to be there for myself. So yeah, it's taught me a lot, that journey. And so seeing my words and feeling that sympathy and feeling that compassion for myself was a real kind of turning point for me. I felt that compassion for a while, but I guess it was more strong when I kind of read the article from a different perspective. So, so that's all really exciting stuff. My coaching stuff is starting to pick up, and I'm going to be doing some coaching sessions at my local yoga centre and offering coaching as a service there, which is super exciting, and I can't wait to start doing that. So yeah, full steam ahead. It's like at the beginning of this year, I set the intention to do my 365-day meditation challenge, and I decided I wasn't going to do any other goal setting or intention setting. I wasn't going to plan anything else. I wasn't going to focus on my business because, I was coming out of, a low point. I was coming out of a really low point last year, and I didn't want to I just wanted to focus on being well again and making sure that I was rock solid so that I could really put the tools that I have to good use and be of service to other people. And so I didn't want to push myself to do that until I felt absolutely ready. And as I've got stronger and as I've meditated, I'm on 191 days. So as I've progressed with that journey, these things are just falling into place. And that's been such a great experience for me, because I realise now what it means when people say, you just need to kind of go with the flow or like step back, don't push, and let things happen naturally. And I used to say those things and I believed it, but I probably hadn't fully experienced it. Whereas now I feel like I've got this momentum that I didn't have before. Because I was trying to create it instead of just allowing it to present itself. And that's awesome, because it means I can relax. I can trust that things are going to go the way or the way they're meant to. And I can just keep doing what I'm doing and just keep showing up every day and challenging myself, pushing myself, putting myself out there. I've created a group. Another little thing that I've been doing in the background. Created a group, so I'll talk more about that in another video, but basically it's called Find a Gap. It's on my business page, I think, but if you search for Find a Gap, you can have a look on there. The idea of it is that it's going to be a group where people can learn about meditation. They can learn about everything from the practical side of it, so like different ways that you can meditate and different postures, how you can sit, how you can stand, all those sorts of things. And then I might be brave enough to do some live meditations. I'm still working up to that one, but I've created the group, so it's there and it's ready, and the intention is there that I want to share what I've learned. I've got, 10 years of knowledge to share, so it's worth sharing. So yeah, so much exciting stuff's happening. I'll talk more about the meditation group in another video, because I think I could probably waffle on for a good 15 minutes about that. But I just wanted to give you guys an update, just tell you what's been happening in my life, and that I haven't disappeared, just busy working on things in the background. I've got my trek in 2 weekends time, so not this weekend, the weekend after, 21st of July. I'm doing my 58-kilometre walk. So slightly scared after my 25-kilometre last weekend, but I know that I'm doing it for the right reasons. I'm doing it for my mum, I'm doing it for myself, I'm doing it for anyone who suffers from Alzheimer's, for anyone who cares for someone who suffers from Alzheimer's. I'm just doing it to get that story out there and to help people to understand and to raise money, and just to be outside and do something worthwhile with my time. So if you want to support me, you can. The link's on my Just Giving page. It's on Facebook. You can find it, or you can message me if you want the details, and I'll send you the link. Anyway, enjoy the football. I think the football's about to start, so enjoy, and I will catch you guys again soon.